and then you finish with one of those chokeout drives. And I wonder if you guys even have a name for those drives, because you've had about 4 of them this year. It's got to be a point of pride.
Yeah, I mean, it's that when you get in those situations or in the fourth quarter, that every possession's special. So I don't know. We got some momentum. It wasn't pretty. I remember being backed up in the end zone, a 3-yard line, and we called jet protection. I'm like, fuck, get it out, get it out.
What's up, son?
Well, I just got home from a crisp Thursday practice.
Was it crisp?
Yeah, it was crisp. It was crisp out there. I felt like anytime it start getting colder outside, I just feel like our knuckles and feet just, I don't know, makes the days a lot longer when you're getting stomped on and fingers jammed.
That's what I was actually. I had a question. I was like thinking of a good Landon Dickerson, Mekhi Becton question, but it's like the question I'm really curious about is how many times have they stepped on you?
Mekhi some, but I feel like everybody has broken fingers in our on our team. Yeah. Mekhi's got his left hand on film looks like he has a pigeon in it. It's all casted up. And Landon's just his wrist is messed up. So but yeah, it's funny. You know how it is towards the end of the year. You get, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? But I enjoy it. I enjoy listening to it.
Everything hurts a little more.
Everything hurts a little more. Yeah.
But it also hurts a little bit more for them too. The other guys.
Yeah, that's the thing. It hurts for everybody. All the time.
All right. Well, let me focus on the now, but there's a lot we got to catch up on. Dan Quinn, Joe Witt Jr., this defense has done a really nice job this year, the group you're going to face this weekend. What's the number one thing without giving up the secret sauce that you got to worry about when you face a group like this? What do they make it hard on you in what area?
Well, they blitz a lot. So I think top 3 in the NFL as far as blitz percentage. Number 4 plays inside linebacker, and then he does a lot of stuff as a spinner. And so he has a lot of sacks. Yeah. And Bobby Wagner plugs a lot too. So, but I think they move well to second level. I think they try to confuse the center up with his points. Sometimes they rotate the safety down to be in the run box. Sometimes they don't. And so you have to be right with your points.
I'll tell you, I've been impressed with Dorrance Armstrong.
Yeah, I think what makes him unique is that, he's 6'2" or whatever, but he has 35-inch arms. So
he's only 6'2".
I don't know. He might be. Was he listening?
Because he's long, like you said. I didn't realize what you just pointed out, but he plays with length.
Yeah, well, I feel like he has like the arm length of like a 6'6" guy. Yeah. I think he's like 6'3", maybe 6'4", but he naturally gets leverage, especially on taller guys like myself. So, I think he's very underrated. I think Fowler's having a pretty good year.
Fowler's playing really well.
Yeah, I think he has around 8 sacks, but he does a good job of going up the field with his rip move. He'll throw an occasional spin in there to keep you honest. So, he's pretty balanced. But yeah, I just feel like this unit, they play collectively pretty well together. They do a good job running games, and they play hard. Like even, our last game, it was, down to the wire till the very end. So
no question. I mean, listen, they're a scrappy bunch. You just played a scrappy bunch, Pittsburgh Steelers. I do want to ask you about TJ Watt in a moment, but the first thing was, and it just hit me, dude. If somebody was like, hey, how old is Lane? I would have said, you know what? I got to look that up. So I did. You are 34 years old. BG went down a couple weeks ago. You are the oldest active player on the Eagles. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I got my wisdom now, son, and now I can irrigate my my team with it. It's definitely weird. It's weird being on the other side of the coin, because I remember when you were in the locker room, and obviously you had other vets, Torrey, that were older, and where y'all were at then. And so I can kind of resonate with, how you were at that moment. But I think it's cool being around the younger guys.
In a bad mood?
Yeah, exactly. I used to mess with y'all, but now I just, I don't know, I kind of sit back and just laugh with the young bunch. And we got a bunch of funny dudes on the team. Landon Dickerson might be number 1.
Dude, he's hilarious. I'm on his home improvement Instagram channel. Kind of,
He had.
I haven't given him the follow yet.
I didn't know he had it. He has a home improvement channel.
Oh yeah,
I did not know about this. What the
He-
hell is he doing?
he's improving his home. What do you think he's doing? So he's pretty. He's like a lawnmower guy, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's smart. He's very smart. I
No, I
think
know.
he likes to play doofy on you a little bit.
Yeah.
He likes to joke around, but no, he's funny. But he's always thinking or looking up car parts. Yeah, or with what's that? It's not Clash of Clans, but now everybody's playing this game. It's not Farmville. Basically, you can plant crops, you can exchange. Yeah, it's kind of like it's not Oregon Trail, but it's pretty similar.
Okay. Well, the thing I liked watching this weekend was it was Landon on Cam Hayward and you on
Yeah.
TJ Watt and Mylata on Highsmith. I mean, not to leave out Becton had to deal with some guys and Cam and those guys, but the matchups up and down the line. Would I be right in saying that's the best offensive line in the league playing against the best defensive line in the league? Or
Hey, it sure felt like it.
yeah,
When you watch the game, it was like just so much purely drop back. They knew what was coming. Like whenever I guess you have, the game's mixed up, you have some big runs, you have some big passes, but we were pretty much, committed to throwing the ball. I was like, it's going to be a long day.
yeah.
Because it's just like they get so many opportunities to kind of like try out their whole arsenal on you. And so when you have players that good, it's like you kind of see it all. But yeah, he's smart, man. His athleticism, just his intelligence, and what he can do at the line of scrimmage. It's probably the best I've seen. Definitely this year. He's very unique.
Do you notice like the intentionality with his rushes and what he's trying to do? Can you kind of feel what he's trying to set up as the game goes on, or is he a spin the wheel guy? Can you tell?
Well, I felt like he'll rush the edge a few times, do a ghost. He might hit you with power, and then he'll go up the field one or two steps and go hard inside move to kind of get you to drift or
Yeah,
overset. And then, along with the ghost, he'll do a spin. So a lot of times they're looking for like that lead arm to give it away. So yeah, with him, but basically I'm trying to set vertical. I'm trying to gain a little bit of width. Like I need some width in case he pushes the pocket some, but I don't want to create so much width where, I'm worried about TEs, the games. So that's where the set lines, and like when we talk about that stuff, that's what I'm talking about. So you'll notice like there's some lines, or even like when Breeze was there, or like what Tampa does, a lot of times they set pretty flat. They scatter, they cast a wide net. We're more
right.
of like we keep it firm in the middle. Both Jordan and I, we vertical set. If there is pressure, if the DN breaks contain, Jalen can escape the pocket, which we kind of like.
More of
Um,
an invitation.
yeah, but there was some times where I jumped TJ. I like to jump set for like a D
I
lineman.
noticed you were aggressive.
Yeah, sometimes I try to mix it up. It just there's nothing worse than just sitting back and just doing that thing the whole game. So I think it helps with the rhythm of it. But I feel like it was a long day for everybody because what I said, they knew it was a pass was coming, and everybody's pretty much man on 5 down. So good luck.
Yeah, no question. I mean, you were out there on an island a lot and didn't give up much at all. I know you're not going to get into, the stats, but I could give them to you. It was a good day at the office for you and really for the whole group, man. I really did feel like just the way the game ended. You started with the pass game, which was interesting, right?
Yeah.
Eagles fans are always like, "Hey, run the damn ball. We want to see that stuff." But I felt like there was a rhythm to it. And then you finished with one of those chokeout drives. And I wonder if you guys even have a name for those drives because you've had about 4 of them this year. It's got to be a point of pride.
Yeah, it's that when you get in those situations or in the fourth quarter that every possession's special. So I don't know. We got some momentum. It wasn't pretty. I remember being backed up in the end zone, a 3-yard line, and we called jet protection. I'm like, fuck, get it out.
Yeah.
But no, it was. I feel like there was a few drives in that game where just we had a lot of plays. I think there was like a 21 play drive one time. That might have been the final 10 minutes, but Yeah, I mean, some games end like that. And yeah, I mean, we have our 4 minute, but that 4 minute turned into 10
10
minutes.
minutes.
So
Yeah.
10 minutes.
It was
Yeah.
10. It was
So
really like, I forget what the statistic was. I think it was like, what, 24 minutes of possession in the second half.
time of possession. Yeah.
Is have you ever been have you guys ever been that high in possession on one half?
Not that I know of. I
Because
felt like,
two
I
possessions
mean,
and a half is the lowest since some
yeah,
point
well,
for the
I,
Steelers.
I think when we played Cincinnati, I felt like we didn't have a whole lot of snaps like the
Yeah.
first half there.
Yeah.
They had a whole lot of the clock, but yeah, I mean, that's how it worked out. We had some plays, we had some penalties on that drive too, so we'd make some big yards, come back. So we say, we fought. It wasn't pretty, but defense, like I said all year, I feel like all the young players are now, they've gotten some games under their belt, and they just consistently just playing really well.
What's the thing that shocked you most about Mekhi Becton? If there's anything that surprised you?
I mean, I remember watching him at tackle, so I knew he had really good. I knew he had really good feet
Yeah.
for a big man. But like when they're drafting guards, obviously they're looking for guys that are like between 6'3" to maybe 6'6", but usually a guy that's shorter. Has more natural leverage for the run block and stuff. But
Right.
with his length inside, he really. I mean, he when he puts his arms out on people, they're like shocked because he's on them quick. And I feel like he's adjusted well. He started the year against Kenny Clark, had a really big game, and if there's been mistakes, I feel like he's learned very quickly, and he's having fun, man. And he's a big guy. And like far as passing off games, just his wingspan from him to an eye, that helps out so much. But he's naturally got some quick feet for a guy his size. I mean, I don't know how big he was in the combine. He ran like a 5 flat at like 360 or whatever he was. So he's a pretty good athlete, really good athlete.
Could you kind of see Stout's, his influence affecting him as the year goes on, the confidence that he probably is starting to build?
Yeah. I mean, Stout, he has a unique way of coaching everybody. And
Yeah.
sometimes he'll coach players through other players. And so, like, he does a good job of kind of passing around the O-line room. But, yeah, I think he gave him confidence early on. And then as he started, like, getting games under his belt and getting more confidence and we started having more success, it just snowballed. Like I said, he has those traits that
Yeah.
he's probably got the longest arms on the team. I
Yeah.
mean, he's super long for a tackle, and him being there at guard makes stuff a lot easier.
So what's the weirdest or funniest shit that's happened on a tush push this year? And do guys, when y'all come up there at this point on the other team, have anything to say?
Yeah, I said a few lines last game. I said, here it comes. I mean, yeah, it's one of those plays that everybody's just kind of – it's funny. When you get to the bottom of a pile and you see guys like Landon's, his eyes are like lobster eyes at the bottom of the pile. His face is just like the pop out of his helmet. So you see that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those guys over there, man, they create a lot of space, him and Jordan.
I think Nick has done a really nice job, especially, and we don't have to get into all the noise because the point is the noise is just noise, but he did a great job last week. You could tell with the group and the performance you guys had in the game. I mean, that's one of the best coaches in the league right there. And I think at some point people look up and say, hey, this guy's putting together a hell of a resume.
Nick's always been like a great communicator, and I feel like he's always been transparent. So like even when stuff's not going good or if there is stuff in the media, we do address it in like the team setting. And so with all that ordeal, like apologies are made, and it's like, we spend so much time together that, we face so much other stuff other than this. So, but to say, I think, yeah, there was definitely some focus on this game. We wanted to play well.
Right.
And, yeah, I think that quiets the noise down more than anything. But the way I put it, it's like, man, brothers fight. Sometimes we have good days and bad days.
And I don't think the public realize how many days are not so great.
Yeah,
but just don't get out there, and it's not always like
they only see Sunday. If they had if they had Hard Knocks come to Jeff Stoutland Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then yeah, you see it's.
We've both seen some shit midweek that
if
it was out there. People would be like, that team has lost it. that
No
team's not
doubt.
close. But
No doubt.
when you spend that much time with each other, you build a trust to where you can actually fuck up the relationship for 5 minutes and then fix it. It's like you can't
Yeah.
do that with strangers because you don't have the cachet built up. But when you've been
Yeah.
spending every minute since August, you can get into some shit on a Wednesday or a Thursday, or people get over it. We're adults. I don't
Yeah.
think that's what people realize.
And they've been friends long before, even before AJ really came here.
Yeah.
So
I'm not even
I mean,
talking about them specifically because I don't want to give that any more gas. But I'm just saying we both seen a lot of instances that if those things got out, people would panic. But teams don't panic because brothers fight, as you put it.
and there's ways to handle it, and obviously not handle it. But
Yeah.
hey, we're getting better at it.
Hey, what do you think? What do you think Dom's doing on that headset?
It's a good question. Does he have a notepad with him? Is he making notes?
I don't know, dude. I think it's all up here, Paisan.
I don't know what he's doing. I guess he's probably seeing if the communication is going well.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it is. I mean, if you're studying OCs, DCs, and everybody in between, you're seeing what it's like, in the game. How are they making adjustments? So I would sure love to listen to those recordings
I would love to
because,
listen to him too, man.
so yeah, they see everything. That's the real game right there.
All right, and somebody who was in the news this week, I don't know, Clint Hurt. If Clint Hurt was a video game boss, where would you attack him?
It's like Bowser, whatever you're going for, so he's going to fuck you up.
Hey, that dude is a mountain.
That's the biggest man maybe ever. I saw Ted Washington. Now he's not Ted Washington's height, but damn, he's got a wide. His back is fucking
Hey, bro.
5 foot across.
If he needs to tell me to stand in line or go to the back of the line or I can't get in, no problem.
I don't even ask. I just go.
Yeah. Okay. That dude is huge, but he's doing a great job with the D line. And I wanted to ask you about how impressive Jalen Carter's ascension's been, because I think we both know, and you're one of the first people that told me, you were like, this guy could be special. But I feel like he's putting it together a little bit this year.
Yeah, I think he's realized. Obviously, he's a prominent player, but I think he realizes that when people watch him play hard and play as many snaps as he's playing, that it elevates everybody else. And so, he's taking that challenge on, and he really is. I mean, I've known he's been a monster for, the past few years. It started last year, and people are really seeing it on full display this year. I think he has the most snaps played at the position. And like I said, I think him playing his style, his effort level, every play is elevating everybody else.
No question. I mean, he's playing a lot of snaps, and he's doing a great job making the linebackers' jobs easier, and they're playing great themselves. And one guy who's improved a great deal is Nakobe Dean. I don't know if it's something that Vic's got him doing, but I just feel like on first and second down, especially, he's been so disruptive.
Yeah, I feel like they're, both those backers are good at shedding blocks, or guys get up to the second level. They're really good with their hands, and really good at getting under people's shoulders and avoiding blocks. Because obviously, the D tackles put a lot of pressure on those guys, but they feel like they just play really well together. And Vic does have them dialed up. There's some different packages, but it's like everybody collectively is playing really well. Nolan's really having a good year. And he plays pretty physical, very physical in the run game, and that's led over to the pass rush, and so yeah. And then the secondary, I think probably the most impressive is just how well the young players have played really with Q and Coop, and it's fun to watch.
Listen, Bond's been incredible. I mean, everybody knows that. I just wanted to give Dean some love, and then I think one guy that I'm very happy for, because I like the guy. Got to spend some time with him at camp, and is Nolan. He's playing his ass off. I mean,
yeah, well, he's always done that.
Yeah, but I mean, now it's like maybe he gained some weight or he's a little stronger, but the power he's playing with and the edges he sets. Can you speak to kind of what he's been able to improve upon this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think he had shoulder injury last year, maybe like an AC sprain, so that helped or hurt him, as far as some of the stuff setting the edge and maybe transitioning to bull rush. But he's gotten a lot stronger. He's bulked up, and like I said, I think the way he's wired, he makes a lot of plays just by he doesn't stop, but he's just he's a 4-3 guy. He bends the edge well, and I feel like he's doing a great job of setting the edge. Like guys do not want to go out there. He's button presses, doing a good job of shedding tackles. So he's a lot more violent this year than he was. I mean, it was his second year in it.
Yeah,
I think he's a rookie. So, he's definitely come on. He's a freak.
You're getting up there in years. You're like, I don't even know who the rookies are. I don't know what year this.
Yeah, what I mean? Landon was like, I'm in year 4 or 5 this year. I'm like, damn, man.
Really?
Yeah.
But the craziest thing about Nolan, he's one of those no glove guys.
I don't know why that is. They, especially
like Reggie
now.
White.
Yeah, he didn't need shit. I'm like,
he didn't need anything.
He didn't need any pads.
How would you set Reggie White besides pray extra in the shower before the game?
I'd have to go jump set him, and then try to avoid that big ass club just humping me. I might have to just fucking duck that and double under.
It's unbelievable.
They listed him. He looked like he was 320 out there. He's not no 280. This guy was every bit 315.
Yeah.
I think that was something they fibbed about in the way they listed his weight.
Well, Fletch used to get out there and rush the edge, man, and
that's what I'm saying.
I don't like putting anybody in the same category, but just
either.
Because the two played in Philly, and Fletch was a bad man inside, he was a bad man outside too. You
were in a shitstorm with Fletch, bro, because he was. Yeah, you knew what he could do inside, but he's a 4'7" guy at 300 pounds, and he gets out there and he's so strong.
Yep.
And he's very violent with his club, with his hump move. So, I got a bunch of good years with that in me as well.
Yeah, no question, man. He looks good too. He saw him a couple weeks ago. Seems happy. Yeah, he does. He really does. I mean,
I gave him the biggest hug when he came and visited him. It's like, they let you out,
dude. Isn't it so good to see guys when they retire and come back, bro?
Yes. You get to see them in a different light.
How long until a different light for you, brother?
That's a good question. Depends on how far we go this year. What type of lights we're playing under.
What's the most important thing? Is it playing a long time or leaving playing good?
I think it's good if you're able to leave kind of on your own terms. Yes, I could probably stretch it out, but I want to be like be on a good team and still playing well. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. As you know, when you get to like year 9, 10, you just take it year by year,
1 year at a time.
Then when you get in those years, you just take it day by day,
by day.
So right now, I'm just like, hey man, if I can get through this hard 5-6 months, whatever it is,
that's really how people think.
That's how I think. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I wasn't even like trying to catch you in an answer there. It's just
July 20, whatever we reported, July 23rd.
Yeah,
to whatever this thing's over with.
I remember 2018 standing in line for the physical, like get out of line. You don't want to be here. And then it just it just kept shrinking, and I was like, oh, you coward! All right, you're back in for another year.
Damn. It is.
But you know what? You just never know where each year leads you. I mean, fuck, dude. That's the hardest thing when you're on a team like this. You never want to leave because you're afraid of what you might watch on TV.
Yeah. But, hey, as you know, everybody gets their belly full at some point.
No question. But you got man, the way you're playing still is just unbelievable. But the other thing I wanted to ask you about, man, was obviously – your Philly special Christmas. What can we expect on this album? Anything different? Any new features on the album?
Stevie Nicks is on it with Kels. I sang Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, if you can believe that.
I believe it.
So, yeah, I mean, we recorded everything in July, and like Stevie and them couldn't like really do anything like till like during the season. So we just finished it up. But yeah, probably my favorite song was Rudolph.
I wonder how many country songs do y'all get to do on these albums?
0.
Is there a chance of you doing an O-line country album at any point? Maybe Christmas country.
Yeah, would have Jordan Malata and do like a feature on a couple of songs. Like Know My Wheelhouse. Like I did the Christmas. Like the best part about this thing was doing the Operation Snowball, which was we delivered
Oh yeah,
I think all these like 200, 300,000 toys to
yeah.
kids in Philly. So
CB told me.
yeah, so CB's the one that originally set all this stuff up. So
He's
obviously
what a guy he is.
Jordan's obviously talented. Kelsey and I love music, and you love music. You know how we
Yeah,
just sit there in the locker room and listen to
yeah,
old stuff,
yeah.
and so Connor got his wheels spinning, and we recorded all this stuff at Rob Hyman's studio in Conshohocken. So he wrote the song "Time After Time," the oldie, and
Oh, okay.
he was part of the band The Hooters. So we were in his studio, so that was pretty cool. The experience was fun. It was unique, but it would be like us going to batting practice with the Oakland A's.
I
Hey,
know.
it was
Yeah, yeah,
wasn't a comfortable feeling,
yeah.
but
You don't want to mess it
but it was
up.
fun.
You don't want to
Yeah,
mess it up.
but it was fun, and I thought they did a good job of really capturing the songs and songs that I guess were fitting for the album.
Dude, who's the most famous person that you've seen at a game or somewhere this year? Because I heard that like Pete Davidson was wearing like a Dom hoodie the other day, and he went to the.
Pete was in the locker room the other night, like after we won. I was
Y'all
like,
are like a different kind of famous now. Where I hate that I have to use Pete Davidson. Some people are like, "Oh, Pete Davidson," but like, there's a lot
yeah,
of
Pete
people coming
Davidson.
around y'all's
The
place
most,
now.
I got to look at the guy. Probably the most excited I was this year. I forgot who we were playing. It was a home game, and the cross-eyed linebacker from the Water Boy.
Hold
He
on.
was in the stands. He was in the stands for a few games, so I didn't get to meet him. But
Well, did you tell him how much you like the movie?
I didn't get a chance to. He was in
Are you
section
talking about?
203.
Are you talking about Lyle? You're talking about Lyle from. Oh my god, dude!
What's his full name?
Lyle from Waterboys. Let's see, Jonathan Logren.
Yeah, Jonathan. You said Logan?
Logren. I don't know how to say his name, dude. But you know what's so funny is I asked you like who the most famous person is, and you're like, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's not the most famous, but to me,
But
like
to you, that's what that makes it amazing, and I know that meant a lot to you to see him.
the whole Adam Sandler, just people he's had in his movies. I want to meet the whole cast, but he was there. His eyes were crossed. I still don't know if that's an actor. If that's how he really is. So
He's really taken the act pretty far if his eyes were crossed at the Eagles game.
yeah, they were crossed, bro.
I don't think
He was on the jumbotron, so I saw him.
you know how when you're a kid they said if you cross your eyes they'll stay that way. What if he like got it really into it for the role and they just didn't uncross? You know what I mean?
Well, that's what it looks like, Chris.
Well, now I'm starting to think he has crossed eyes.
Well, he's sitting in the end zone. And he's
like Landon at the bottom of a damn tush push.
Yeah.
All right, Saquon Barkley, just the best guy ever, or what?
Yeah, he came in. He made an early impression. Just went and golfed with the bros like his first day here.
Yeah,
I saw how serious he took that, but he takes it really serious. But he was a lot of fun to play with. But yeah, I just think I would have expected him to be I guess one of the bros so early. But yeah, he fit in right from the get go, like just a guy's guy, and yeah, just the stuff he can do on the field. You know, I haven't seen some of the stuff. I mean, I saw stuff Shady used to do, but really, like, it's the first time we've had a guy like as dynamic and can do the stuff he could do. But just putting him out wide and seeing the way he can catch the ball, probably out of the backfield, has probably been one of the most impressive things. Just me watching him. He just made so many plays. I mean, all year. I mean, you've seen him. The record's out there. Who knows if he'll break it? We're going to try. If he don't, cool. If he does, cool. But
yeah.
him coming in, he's he's matched all the expectations. So
Yeah.
but he's been a lot of fun, man. He elevates everybody just with how he is as a guy and obviously what he can do as a player.
The best O-line in the world, the best running back in the world. This is what happens. Imagine that. The last question I have for you, Lane, is: Are these aliens in New Jersey? Y'all talking about the drones and the orbs?
I haven't seen them, but I'm looking for them, and
you just keep looking.
Yeah, and you hear all this stuff. Some guy had his own drone, and when they got close to him, the battery shut off. I don't know. Who knows what it is? I think it's probably our own military and doing some test runs. I'm not going to.
Let's say they're aliens.
Yeah.
Who are you sending to meet the aliens from your football team?
Britton Covey.
Why, dude?
Because he's the purest soul that we have.
All right, Lane.
That's why.
Thank you. I really appreciate that answer. I appreciate the time, brother.
Yeah. Well, that's an honest answer. He'd probably do pretty well too. But yeah, thanks for having me. And
go get it this week.
We'll see again. Yeah, we got.
I'll see you on I'll see you on Tuesday. One of these Tuesdays.
Hey, how about these 17 games?
Yo, how about it? How about I'm such a little punk bitch now. I complain about it as a media member.
Hey, when they go to 18 games, my eyes might be crossed by like Jonathan's.
I'm telling you, bro.